Welcome back to Ask Snes, guys. Hope you're all well today. So here we go again. Another week has passed, as I always say, and weather's quite nice at the moment. It's just starting to snow this afternoon. We're finally getting some, so I'm all happy with that. Only a small, very minor flurry. It hasn't really stuck to anything yet, but yeah, first sign of snow I've had, so I'm really excited now. About bloody time as well. Anyway, here we are, another episode of Ask Snes. A lot of questions this week, so always a good thing. So get comfortable, get yourself a drink, get bites to eat, chill out, have a listen to me talking bollocks for the next hour. And here we go. First set of questions are from Muzz247365, top bloke. Thank you very much, mate. And his first question is, have you had much snow where you are? Oh, there you go. As I say, it just started today, literally this afternoon. I was on the phone to Cybersnake 7. And there was like a very small, thin layer coming down, and it got a little bit thicker, then it went away, then it came back, then it went away. So at the moment it's stopped, but hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll wake up tomorrow and it will have come down overnight and I'll be blanketed with 6 foot of snow. I'm only dreaming because it doesn't happen, does it? We'll probably get a couple of inches if we're lucky, but yeah, it'd be really nice if we do because I love snow. Are you ready for the zombie apocalypse? Would you be a lone survivor? No, I'm not ready at all, not prepared, don't have any weapons, don't have a plan. I definitely wouldn't be a lone survivor, no. I'd have to team up with somebody because that's the best way to survive the zombie apocalypse. You gotta all come together, I think. Why are we so fascinated with movies depicting the end of human society, and what's your favourite? I'm still partial to Mad Max, and I'm looking forward to the Mad Max movie, which I am myself, mate. Tom Hardy, can't go wrong, that's going to be quality. It's an interesting thing, I think as a species, because of the way we are, we're sentient, we're constantly thinking and asking questions, and we do become a little bit obsessed with like death and post-apocalyptic situations, because I think it's the unknown, and you have to be prepared, as you say. You have to ask these really difficult questions to try and understand with death, to try and the best we can understand what the purpose is and what possibly could be next. Post-apocalyptic situation, you have to ask questions and have a plan in place, and I'm sure the governments of the world do have a plan in place in case it ever does come to that, which, hope to God it never does, because that would be shit. But if it did, they'd have something in place that, the governments aren't going to fall completely, at least, and there's some kind of control, and we are able to survive as a species. But I do find it fascinating that we are obsessed. I think it's just purely down to the fact that we're so self-aware, and therefore you naturally, being a sentient being, ask a lot of questions. And that's for Mad Max, yeah, great film. Favourite post-apocalyptic film, probably going to be, at the moment, it could change, but I would probably say the Dawn of the Dead remix, the remake. Because I really like that film. I thought it was absolutely brilliant, so I'd go with that one. As for the new Mad Max, as I say, Tom Hardy, it's going to be great. Trailer looked really cool anyway. Is your game room all finished now? It looked as if it was in the last Amiibo video. Nearly, very close, pretty much 97, 98% done. I've just got a bit more painting over there to do, which I've just started doing. It's a bit crap, so I've got to rub the windowsill back down and repaint it. I want to get another poster up on the wall over there. I need to get a clock as well. I found one on eBay in America, a custom-made clock that I wanted for the wall there. Unfortunately, she only ships priority mail and it's too expensive, so the clock was like £6 and it was 26 quid to ship it. I'm not paying 32 quid for a custom-made £6 clock. So she wasn't willing to use standard post. She said it was against the eBay rules, which is, yeah, whatever. But once I've done that, yeah, that'll be it done. Hopefully get all that sorted out, then I can do the room tour, because I'm looking forward to doing the room tour and showing it all properly. And I'm sure there's some of you guys want to see that anyway, so yeah, look out for it, it'll be coming shortly. Okay, if you could choose from either aliens or ghosts being real, which would you pick? Aliens, definitely, because it opens up so many possibilities. We've got, if there are other species out there, and also, of course, raises a load more questions as well. Obviously, because if we're not alone, which I do believe we're not alone, because it doesn't make a lot of sense that we are, then there's the questions of, well, where did they come from? Who created them? It throws religion into turmoil a little bit. Yeah, I mean, you could argue that ghosts would probably be better than aliens, because at least with ghosts, it gives some kind of hope that there is something more. We don't just die. I still believe, if anyone ever watched Ghost Whisperer, I used to love that show. Their philosophy on death made a lot of sense to me in terms of you're only a ghost because you're in limbo between the physical life and the spiritual life, and you haven't gone into the light because you have unresolved issues in your physical life that you need to resolve. Therefore you linger around until they're resolved, then you can go into the light and go on to the next phase in the spiritual. That makes perfect sense to me, and if the ghosts were proven to be true, it would probably turn out that is the case, that is why they're hanging around. But at least we'd know then, we'd have a possibility. And that's why I think that most people don't see ghosts as well, is because if that is how it works, then the people who have died in your life will have moved straight on. They won't have anything unresolved. Okay, if you could, do you watch the Super Bowl? I don't, mate. To be honest with you, I've tried getting into American football in the past, and it's probably the one sport that I probably could get into. I just find it kind of difficult to understand the actual rules of it. I know it's about yards and gaining ground and things, as far as I understand, but it all looks. I've always found it difficult because I'm not really into sport, so I need someone to literally teach me from scratch. Because all you ever see is they sort of scrum up. Well, they don't call it scrum, do they? I can't remember what they call it in America. But yeah, they all get together, huddle up. That's it. I mean, huddle. That's right. And then the ball goes. Someone grabs it. Someone runs. It gets beaten to shit, knocked to the ground, and then they start again. And they keep going until someone gets a touchdown. It's fascinating to watch. I just wish I understood it more. I'm assuming it's more like tactical than it is like our football or the rest of the world's football, should I say. But yeah, I have tried to watch bits of American football, not so much the Super Bowl. I know Channel 4 has the American football coverage now with Vernon Kay, which I watched a couple of weeks back, which was quite good actually, especially in HD. American football looks wicked in HD. I just need someone to teach me the rules so I can really get into it, because I feel that would be a sport I could actually follow. Because when I was a kid, I used to be a fan of the Chicago Bears, wasn't it? Yeah, I used to have a framed poster of the Chicago Bears on my wall as a kid. Don't know why actually. It's weird. I probably just saw it and thought it was cool, but anyway, there you go. Thank you very much for the questions, mate. Okay, next question is from my good mate Owen, Labosu77. Nice to see him ask a question. Thanks, Owen. And he asked me, right, are there any non-gaming videos that you favorited that you like to go back and watch every now and again? Any recommendations? To be honest, mate, I don't really do that. I don't archive videos to watch over and over again. I tend to just watch them and that's it. Recently, what I have been watching more regularly is ASMR videos. I don't know if anybody watches those, but they're really good for relaxation and anxiety, which are really helping me quite a lot. And there's two channels in particular that I've really liked, and I've been rewatching their videos quite a lot. One's called Cherry Crush, and the other one is Fairy Shah ASMR. Both absolutely fantastic channels. And Cherry Crush, she has these really cool meditation videos where it's like visuals with meditation, sounds and music, which are absolutely fun. If you've got anxiety or you're having trouble sleeping, I highly recommend watching those. Just put some headphones on, turn the lights off and just kick back. They'll knock you out, you'll be out cold. They're absolutely brilliant. And the other channel, Fairy Shah, or Charlotte, she does lots of roleplay videos and they're absolutely fantastic. Roleplay videos for ASMR, if you've never watched them, can seem a little bit weird at first, but they work really well, they're really good. So what I'll do is I'll put links down in the description for both of those channels, so if you want to have a look at them, check them out. Next questions are from Jawa4, so thank you. First question is, I really like the chiptune tracks that you play at the start and end of your vids. Where did you get them from? It's a website called Free Music Archive. I believe it's .com. I'll put a link down below anyway, so you can just click on that, and that's where I got them from. I know you're not a fan of online gaming, but how do you feel about the increasing focus on digital content for consoles? Will you gradually get used to it? I suppose, like most things, you just adapt, don't you? And I probably will do if it gets to a point where it just becomes the norm. But I've always said that if it got to the point where digital gaming is the only gaming, I probably wouldn't bother, because I just don't have any interest in digital. It's not like I detest it or anything. I just don't have any interest. I like to have physical content. That's just the way I am. Yeah, I don't really perceive any real future for me in digital because there's nothing there for me. I mean, at the moment you've got independent games which look nice, but I'd rather have them on a disc. Full price games, it's all very well going digital, but then you've got the whole thing of the size of the game, and the broadband is still not up to that level in this country. It's still got a long way to go before we get to that level. They are investing in the broadband, which is fantastic, and eventually we'll all have super fast broadband. But when you're talking like 40 gig downloads now, it's just ridiculous. I don't want to sit there waiting for a download when I can just buy a disc and stick it in my machine and play it. Granted, that's not that straightforward anymore because you stick it in and have to do an update. But at least you can do background updates on the PlayStation 4, so that's a bonus. But never say never. We'll wait and see, I think. I think instead of just committing to the fact that I'll never touch digital ever, it's probably a bit too much of a stake in the ground. I think I'll just have to accept that eventually I might do. It'd be a sad day though. Okay, it was cool to see that the original Xbox made it number 3 on your favourite console list. Do you think you may pick up the machine and a few games in the future? Well, let's put it this way. Keep your eyes on my channel. I'll just say that. Just keep watching and it may appear, you never know. So I get frustrated when people thumb down your videos. So do I. It's crazy. If they don't like your style, why do they keep coming back? Exactly. Do you manage to just ignore these kind of people when you put out your videos together? Honest answer is yes. I don't really care. A little bit it does annoy me, but not in the fact that when they do it, I assume that it's people that are trying to troll my account like everybody else, and they thumb down videos to try and wind up the content creator. Me personally, I get more annoyed because I don't understand what the point is. It's not so much that I get annoyed that they're doing it, because I don't really care. It makes no difference to me. As far as I'm concerned, you thumb down a video, it has no reference. It doesn't tell the content creator anything at all. Whereas if you thumb the video up, it goes into your feed and other people see that who may not be subscribed to my channel, and I'll see you've liked the video and they might think, actually that title of that video looks interesting, I'll have a look at that, and they'll watch it and make a decision whether they want to watch it or not. And hopefully if they like it, they'll continue to watch more videos. I think that the actual thumb down thing is a total waste of time. I don't know why Google have put it in there, because all you do, you go thumb down and you don't leave a comment, you don't leave any response, you don't explain the reasons why. You know, even if they made it forced, you had to put a comment, I think that'd be better. So even if someone was to thumb it down and go, you're a prick and I fucking hate you and that's why I'm thumbing the video down, at least I know that there's some arsehole out there that doesn't like me for no reason at all. At least they've got some kind of feedback. But if you just thumb the video down and that's the end of it and you walk away, and you're like, and I'm assuming it's kids and not adults. If it's adults, then you really need to get your head checked. But if it's, I assume it's some kind of like, oh, I'm so cool because I'm going to wind this person up by thumbing it down and you feel good about yourself. Great, but it is pointless. You've got to understand that. It is a totally pointless exercise. You're not doing anything. You're just putting negativity out in the world, and there's shitloads of that. Anyone can be negative. It's a lot harder to be positive and to try and help people. You know, that's what you want to do. You want to be positive, make your own content, interact with people. Don't be such a miserable bastard that you need to go around thumbing down people's videos because you get some kind of kick out of it. Because there's people out there like me who don't give a shit and it won't make any difference. It ain't going to stop me making videos. I'll continue to make the videos that I make because I've got people that want to watch them and enjoy the videos. And to me, that's all that matters. Right, okay. Are you a fan of game guides? I never used to be, but now I like reading through them and learning extra stuff about the game. I've never been a fan myself as well. What was I looking at the other day? There was one, that interested me the other day. I thought, oh, that'd be quite nice. The Uncharted 2 one, the Brady Games Uncharted 2 book, I've always wanted that because that looks quite cool. I'm sure that's a guide. I know there's an art book as well. It might be the same thing actually. I think art books are more interesting than anything. Guides to me, I don't really see the point. I mean, back in the day when we were kids and the games were really tough and you know, a lot of boss battles and things, then yeah, they were made a lot of sense because they'd help you get through a level or give you some kind of tactics to defeat your boss. With modern games, I don't really feel you need a guidebook because it's quite easy to work out what's going on. They're pretty straightforward from A to B. But the art books I really like The Art of Last of Us, for example, to see where a game originated and how they designed the character from scratch and how the character evolved. I really like that. I think that's a really nice touch. Unfortunately, they tend to be quite pricey as well, which kind of makes them difficult for me to pick up. But yeah, pretty good stuff. I'm enjoying your Amiibo videos, thank you. But I'm getting frustrated at how tough it is to get hold of some of the figures. Yeah, you're not the only one. Even pre-orders are selling out months before the figures are released. I've decided just to focus on ones that I really want rather than trying to get them all best way. Will you be quite selective in what you pick up? Yeah, absolutely. I've said before, I'm only picking up the ones I want. It's quite easy to want to go get the full set because they're only like 11 quid each, which is not a lot of money. Obviously when they release like 10 of them at once is a lot of money. But the good thing for me is there's a lot of RPG characters that I have no interest in whatsoever. Unlike the characters such as like Pikachu, which I don't play Pokemon, but I actually like the look of the character, it's cool. Or even Metroid, I don't really play Metroid games, but Samus looks badass. I picked up Toon Link, which I've never played a Zelda game since the Game Boy, but I absolutely love the look of that character. The RPG characters, well, I'm assuming they're RPG anyway, like Ike and I can't think what the others are called, but the Marth and all them kind of characters. Even the look of the character doesn't interest me, so I won't even pick them up for that reason. The only character that interested me was the Villager, which I believe that's Earthbound. I might be completely wrong, but I think that's right. That one looked kind of cool, so I might pick that one up at some point. But yeah, it's a pain in the arse, the whole situation with Amiibos and the pre-order situation. Because I want to get Rosalina, I want to get King Day-to-Day, I think that's how you say it. They're just sold out, you just can't get them anywhere, and it's frustrating. I mean, Day-to-Day is not out till next month anyway with Mega Man. I've got Mega Man on order, so that's a bonus. Even the new ones, the Wave 4, like Wario, I can get. There's only Shop 2 I've seen that are selling them. But there were a couple of others that I wanted and they were sold out already, so. But all I'll say is just wait, because they do get restocked. The previous first 2 waves are getting restocked. Amazon keep getting them in, so there's no need to rush in. I'll refuse to pay over the odds. I will only pay the £10.85 or £10.99, depending on where you buy them from. I'm not going to pay 20, 30, 40, 50 quid, you know, that some people are charging. I'm not that much of in a rush. I can wait. So there you go. So thank you very much for the questions, mate. Appreciate it. Next set of questions are from Scribble Sam Animation. So cheers, Sam. Okay. Cool. I just mentioned about my main cabinet I used to have. Thank you, mate. That was a really nice project to work on. I was really happy with the result of that, actually. So first question is, do you like light gun games like House of the Dead, Virtua Cop and Time Crisis, and do you wish they could make more games like this? They're some of my favourite, mate. Light gun games are some of my favourite games of all time. I adore them, from the arcades to the home ports. As I've said many a time, Time Crisis 2 on PlayStation 2 is without doubt one of my favourite conversions. It's just an absolutely solid game. The G-Con 2 works brilliantly. Yeah, I wish they would bring them back. I think I said a couple of weeks back on a video that the Wii games I didn't like because to me they're not light gun games. You're just moving the cursor onto the enemies. There's no actual skill in aiming there. So I would like to see like PlayStation and Xbox bring them back and create a nice light gun, because we had Time Crisis 4 on PS3, which I thought was quite decent. It had a ridiculously cumbersome sensor going around the TV and everything, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. But nonetheless, I actually thought it played really well. And yeah, I would love to see a resurgence in light gun games because I really enjoy them. Do you prefer DVDs or Netflix? Physical media all the way? I'm a bit more lenient with films. I will watch. Films are different to games because it's a passive experience. So I'll quite happily watch a film on Netflix or any kind of streaming service like Amazon. But then if I really like the film a lot, I'll pick it up on Blu-ray. So there's the difference. With gaming, you can't really do that. You can't, you know. I wouldn't feel that I would want to pay like 40 bloody quid, 50 quid for a digital download, play through it, and then go, I'm going to buy this now, because then I'm paying like double the price for one game, which is ridiculous. Whereas if you're streaming a film, it's a couple of quid, and then you can buy it on Blu-ray, and it ain't that much more expensive. So yeah, it works out better. Speaking of Transformers, which was on my main cabinet, that's where it came from. Have you ever played the NES Famicom game Convoy no Nazo? I hope I've probably just butchered that. It was said to be one of the worst video games ever. If it's the Transformer game I can remember, I saw some videos of people talking about that in the past and it looked shite. No, I've never played it, but it looked bloody terrible. Although I watched a video not long ago about different versions of Transformers, it was a couple of days ago. Different Transformer games. Oh, that was what it was. It was Oliver Harper's review of, what was it? Transformers the movie, the animated movie. And he was talking about the games, because he had the Commodore 64 game on there that I really liked as a kid. It doesn't look that good now, but at the time I really enjoyed it anyway. Okay. And Sam's last question is, what are your opinions on the page 3 controversy? Me, I never read The Sun because Boobs aside, the newspaper altogether isn't news, but I still think the big campaign to get rid of this trivial feature in this newspaper is pointless and a waste of time. As far as I'm concerned, they can put boobs in their newspaper if they want to. It's their newspaper and nobody needs to read it anyway. Save your 30p towards something better. So for anyone outside the UK, the Sun is Rupert, I'm assuming it's still Rupert Murdoch that owns this paper. Obviously Fox News and Sky News as well. And the Sun is like the biggest tabloid newspaper in this country. Biggest selling. And forever, since I've been alive anyway, they've always had a page 3 model. And basically what it is, a topless model on page 3 of the newspaper. Nothing offensive whatsoever, it's just a topless model in it, posing. And they have like a little blurb where they give like political analysis of some ridiculous comment on something. And at the moment, well, for quite a while, there's been a debate in this country where a lot of the politically correct left have been pushing, and the feminists have been trying to push to get rid of page 3 because they say it's demeaning to women, which to me is bullshit, because it's not demeaning to women whatsoever. The women who are models on page 3, they make that decision. They are models, that's their career. They want to do that. And as much as I don't like her, Katie Price is a perfect example, or Jordan as she used to be known. She did page 3. Look at her now, she's like a multi-millionaire. It was like a platform to raise her up to the next part of her career. So, you know, I think at the end of the day, the models are happy to do it. They want to do it. They're getting paid well for doing it. And it's never been an issue before. It's just boobs. As Sam says, what's it matter? Why are we so prudish about the human body? It's ridiculous to me. I don't understand it at all. You've never seen someone go and kill someone because they looked at a pair of boobs on page 3 of the Sun. It's beyond me. As Sam says as well, I would totally agree with the fact that you should be more concerned about the content of the journalism in this country, not just the Sun, but just every newspaper and the way that, and every news outlet on TV as well. I'd be more concerned about the state of journalism in the UK, and in fact, just in the world in general, especially in the West, as opposed to a pair of boobs. That's such a trivial, pointless, bloody argument to make. You know, journalism is not journalism anymore. It's just an absolute joke. So I think that's more important, that journalists get back to basics and actually start reporting the facts and the news and doing the job properly. And we stop getting hung up on absolutely ridiculously pointless arguments about absolutely unnecessary topics. No one cares. I think the average person on the street couldn't care less if there's a pair of boobs on the paper or not. And as I say, what are you going to do? Stop page 3 and put all these models out of work. That's a really clever idea in this economy. Anyway, cheers Sam anyway, thanks mate. Okay, next question. Let me see. Right, so we've got a couple of questions. I'll say a couple from Mr. Hewitt. That's quite a few questions. First question is, what do you think of my blog? I haven't had a chance to look at it, mate, but I will do. I've been quite busy this week, but I will get around to it. Would turnips ever appear on your radar of food you enjoy eating? I've never tried them. I have no idea what they taste like, so, but yeah, I'll give them a shot. Ever accidentally broken a game or console or an accessory? No, not that I'm aware of. I'm pretty careful with my stuff, so not that I can think of anyway. You're decorating, the pot of paint is teetering above a priceless ostrich egg or the computer containing the ideas and prototypes for all future Wii U games. If the paint hits the latter option, the games will never be released. Which would you push it towards? The egg, obviously. Gotta save them Wii U games. We need them. Ever considered buying a new 3DS? Yeah, absolutely. I'm not a handheld gamer, and I've said it before that I really get hyped up for new handhelds, and I usually just jump in, buy them day one, play them for a couple of weeks and put them on the shelf. So that's why I'm not buying a new 3DS, despite the fact that it looks absolutely amazing. And after seeing 16-Bit Brit's video recently where he reviewed the new 3DS, which I'll put a link down there for that as well because it's a brilliant video, that really convinced me that the new 3DS is a fantastic bit of kit. But no, I won't be buying one. Not for the time being anyway. I'll never say never because, you know, it could be 6 months down the line I'll be on camera going, oh look, I've got a new 3DS. But for the time being, I'm not gonna go there. I just started getting back into the 3DS. Great console, been playing Mario 3D Land. Did you like it? Yeah, I absolutely loved it, mate. I thought it was a brilliant game. Absolutely fantastic. That was one game that actually made me really enjoy handheld gaming. If I could get more games like that where it really grips me, then I probably would get back into it. But yeah, as a gamer, I thought it was absolutely superb. If you had the choice, which would you pick? A, eat an entire Super Nintendo cartridge. B, lick the paws of a very angry lion. Or C, play non-stop Wii U for 50 hours straight. I'll play the Wii U for 50 hours straight. Ever had a bad nightmare about a video game? No, not that I'm aware of. Where's your trademark cup of tea? Right there, in my dairy milk mug. Bloody good and all. If you could pick any existing open world sandbox game, bring the graphics and the traffic and their traffic bang up to date. AI traffic, sorry, bang up to date, and choose a city based on which one would you choose? I would have driver set in Naples in Italy, and the cars would handle like those from GTA 5 or maybe Driver 3. I would bring Mercenaries back, because the first game on Xbox and PS2 was brilliant, set in North Korea. The second game, World in Flames, was utter shite. So I'd reimagine that, and I'd bring it back, and I'd probably set it in like Venezuela or something, because that'd be a really nice setting. And I'd give it the driving physics of GTA 4, because it felt like you're driving a real car. I absolutely love that one. Ever accidentally gone fishing in the river you weren't allowed to? No, I've never fished in my life, mate. As I've said before, the Wii U is my second best console ever. I can't put my finger on why, I love it. Can you suggest why? I've got no idea, mate. Only you can suggest that. I don't know. Maybe it's just the fun factor, and the fact that for the last few years we've been playing PlayStation and Xbox, and they're all quite serious machines with the games they release, whereas the Wii U is just an injection of fun, so maybe that's what it is. Zelda U is on order, pre-order on Amazon. What do you think of that? That's really cool. I didn't know they were taking pre-orders yet, so that's fantastic. I wish to start taking pre-orders on Star Fox, mind, because last time I checked a couple of weeks ago, they weren't, so I have to check that again. But I will be getting money when it comes up. Star Fox U is not, and there's the next question, Star Fox U is not on pre-order, but it's due to be out before Zelda. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. You're right, because then it Majora's Mask, then Star Fox, then Zelda U, I think they said the release dates are. Also on the Star Fox U Amazon page, there's a lot of new info, like inclusion of a tank. Oh, is that? Oh, okay. And he wants to know what I think. I didn't know that. I'll have to go back. As I say, I've not looked at it for a few weeks. If they're going to do the tank like in number 16, Star Fox 64, hell yes, that would be brilliant. As I say, I don't mind if they put new vehicles in the game. That'd be amazing. As long as you don't get out of the cockpit and run around like a twat on the GameCube games, I'm happy with that. But yeah, and it'd be nice if they give it some different vehicles as well. Maybe a helicopter or something. Maybe not a helicopter, but you know what I mean. Just sort of a bit of variety instead of just relying on the classic Arwing tank. But then again, it is a good combo. So I'm just excited to see more of the game, really. I want to see any of the games we haven't seen anything yet, obviously. Thanks for answering my questions. Fab videos as ever. Cheers. Any further questions for us viewers? The only thing I'd ask you guys at the moment is, what would you like to see from my channel? Is there any kind of videos at the moment that you would like to see that I haven't done before, something completely different, to try and push me to try and have a go at creating a completely brand new series of videos, or even just a one-off video? So next set of questions from my good mate Ben Shen Musa. Ben asks, what do I think of the HoloLens? So if you don't know what the HoloLens is, guys, they had the Microsoft Windows 10 press event recently, and they announced this thing called the HoloLens, which is basically an eyepiece that you fit on, and it's sort of like a cross between Google Glass and virtual reality, I suppose, the best way to explain it. And it will allow you can still see what's in the environment around you. So you're looking around your living room, you see your TV and that, but it will also, you'll be able to see holograms, and there's lots of different things that are coming up with. The video they put out, they were showing like you can project a massive TV screen on your wall. So I'm assuming they're aiming towards having internet streaming TV and not having a physical TV ever again. So you show a big screen on your wall. You can access the internet, you can do Skype. They showed a really cool thing with Minecraft, where the Minecraft holograms are all around the room and you can interact with them, which looks amazing. I'm actually really interested and excited for this, more than I am virtual reality. I think it looks like a really cool concept. I'm quite fascinated. It just came to me like Back to the Future 2, and they're all sitting around the table, and they got, I think it was his daughter's got the visor on, and she takes a call, and I thought that, yeah, I really like the idea. They showed a clip on the video where I think it was a woman that was fixing like a U-bend on a sink, and she's doing a Skype call with a hologram, with a HoloLens, and the guy's teaching her how to fix it, which I thought really, really cool. Whether it all comes to fruition, we'll wait and see, but at the moment, I'm very intrigued by the HoloLens, and I want to see more from it. Have you ever had a pet? I had a goldfish when I was a kid, and that was about it. Yeah, I think I had some tadpoles and all, so I've never had what I would class as a proper pet, like a dog or something. I have considered having a dog. It's just a lot of responsibility. A cat would probably be better, because you just let them out and they just run off and then come back when they're ready. Okay, well, you deleted question thread. Apparently it would have incriminated me had I answered it in the positive, so I'm not too sure what that is, Ben, but I'm intrigued now. Let me know in a private message or something. Okay, next question. Has a friend of yours ever done psychedelic drugs, and if so, what did he or she think of? Not as far as I'm aware. Yeah. Next set of questions from Sega sent me one. First question is, thank you for the questions by the way. First question, do you think the current generation of gamers only embrace the popular games of today rather than trying to purchase not so favourable genres or titles? Hard to say. I don't know any young people, so it's hard to, that sounds terrible. I'm not that old, but you know, I don't know anyone who's like a teenager, so I really don't know. I would assume that there is quite a core of gamers out there that only play like the Call of Duties and the FIFAs and all that kind of crap. Don't mean to be insulting, sorry, but you know what I mean? Just when I say crap, it's just a general term. I don't mean to insult the games. Just the standard basic games. They don't really branch out and try different genres. But I think the more you get into the culture, and if you start watching videos on YouTube as well, and whether you're watching modern videos, old video, retro videos, whatever, you start to get influenced by people, so you probably will lean towards trying a different genre. I know I do. I mean, I would never have played something like Heavy Rain, but you know, due to YouTube and influence that, it's made me interested, and it was down to playing Fahrenheit on the original Xbox that really impressed me and made me want to go and play Heavy Rain. I tried playing Fahrenheit when I first got it, couldn't get into it. Then I watched, I'm not sure if Sean's still making videos or not, because he's always on and off, but Sean Sidious made a playthrough of Fahrenheit, which really got me intrigued again. Went back, played it, finished it, loved it, and then I was on to Heavy Rain, so yeah. Ever had a vision for a game in your head that you wish you could forward to a company for them to make? I've had a couple of openings to in my mind in the last couple of years. There were gonna be TV shows, but I think they could actually work as games as well. Don't know if I want to share money in case someone nicks the idea, but yeah. But I don't know. It's how you flesh it out afterwards. But yeah, I have had a couple of ideas rattling around my head. It's trying to like evolve them, and that's the hardest part. But I know the initial idea of what I want to do anyway. How concerned are you about DLC and the future of games when more companies are chopping new releases up for financial gain with day one DLC and microtransactions? Would you rather games just come complete at say a £10 price hike? Yeah, absolutely. I don't like when they release a game and then they've got content that's released as DLC, which was essentially should have been on the disc in the first place, which has happened a few times. I wish they would just put it all on the disc and let us pay whatever we have to pay for it. If we have to pay 50 quid, we have to pay 50 quid. We can always wait for a price drop. So, do you think if physical games disappear eventually, will this steer you away from gaming or keep you heavy retro? I'll always be heavy retro because there's just tons of it to play. Yeah, as I've said, the digital thing will be the next step if physical games go away, and I don't know where I'm going to stand on it. At the moment, I say I won't touch it, but who knows in the future? It might change. I might just evolve, and it gets to that point. And it's just a gradual thing, and then you sort of slowly become accustomed to it before you know you're doing it. I just don't see them ever actually going fully digital. I think they realise there's a big swathe of the audience that want to keep physical media, and there's no reason why you can't do that. Movies and music do it quite easily. You can stream and you can buy physical media, so there's no reason why that gaming can't do the same. I think it makes good business sense, but what do I know? Okay, I've ever thought about putting a poll for the comment section for which games, consoles you could play for Saturday nights with Snes. For the Saturday night specials, yeah, I don't know how you actually do that, but yeah, probably the best way to do it. I mean, I haven't got a lot of consoles at the moment, or a lot of games, to be quite honest with you, so it is a bit difficult, but that is definitely something we can look into, because I would like to bring the Saturday night specials back as well, because I know people have been asking for that, so yeah, give me some suggestions, guys. Let me know what you think down below. At the moment, I've got PS1, PS2, PS3, Wii, Wii U, PS4, Super Nintendo or Super Famicom, and the Mega Drive as well. So let me know what you think, if there's anything you want to see. I haven't got a whole lot of games for all of them, but if there's any games I have got, I can do that. So just let me know what console you'd like to see a Saturday night special on, and give me a suggestion for a game. Right, Windows 10, big deal or not? I haven't really watched the conference, to be honest, so I don't know a whole lot about what Windows 10 will offer. All I can hope for is it's better than Windows 8. That's it, really. And they don't tweak it and hide stuff, because they tend to do that with all the updates on Windows. They tend to, you get used to where things are, and then they just hide it somewhere and you can't bloody find it. And I know that my dad's got Windows 8 on his laptop. I've only got Windows 7 on my computer. And from seeing my dad's laptop, I know originally they did update it, but they took away the start ball in the corner, and then they brought it back with a patch. What the point of taking that away was, I don't understand. But we'll wait and see. I know they've got they're getting rid of Internet Explorer, aren't they? And it's called Spartan, the new one, that was bizarre for me because it's called Spartan, and the icon has got like a Roman helmet, which is fine for the casual. But to me, Spartan, I just thought of Halo, and I assume that's what the kind of thing they were going for, considering they've got Cortana as the digital assistant, which is also going to be on Windows 10 as well. So I thought that was a bit strange, but hey. Are you subscribed to Finn Gamer? I'm not. I have seen some of his videos, but I'm not subscribed to him. Have you seen Wreck-It Ralph? Yes, I have. Brilliant film, loved it. And the homebrew game for the Mega Drive, Fix It Felix. No, I haven't actually. I didn't even know they made that. I'll have a look at that. I'll check it out. Because Fix It Felix was cool. That's a great film, by the way. I need to get that on Blu-ray. It's excellent. This Blackpool event, is it mainly for YouTubers, press and well-known gamers, or is it the general public that are welcome and do they have access to everything? I've never been, so I don't know, but as far as I'm aware, it's just open to the general public. I mean, I'm just general public myself. Yeah, I make YouTube videos, but I'm no one special like the rest of us who make YouTube videos, so as far as I'm aware, it's just open to everyone, mate. Are there any topics you want to mention yourself about gaming in general? Anything that's concerned or interested you? At the moment, not a lot is really going on in the industry that really piques my interest. It's all a bit quiet. I mean, I think when E3 rolls around, it's going to get more interesting because there'll be a lot more to show. I mean, I'm hoping that obviously the PlayStation, Sony will show something to do with Morpheus. They'll announce that it's actually going to, because as far as I'm aware, they haven't actually announced it's an actual product at the moment. It's just a prototype. I'm pretty sure I heard that recently because Shuhei Yoshida was saying that he found it quite amusing that there's so much talk about Morpheus, even though they haven't officially announced it as an actual physical product to be coming out. But I mean, I'm sure they will do. So I'm excited to hear more about that. Hopefully Microsoft will talk about HoloLens and how it will interact with Xbox One. If it does, which I assume it will, that would be great. And Nintendo just needs to bring us loads of great games. But at the moment, the industry's pretty quiet. There's not a lot going on. There's a few games coming out. There's nothing that's really like shocked me. So there isn't a lot I can really talk about at the moment. I will say, guys, if you wanted me to ever do a series of videos for modern gaming, where I just talk about topics that are coming up, just let me know. If that's something you'd be interested in watching. If not, absolutely fine. But if it is, let me know in the comments, and you know that would be a good thing actually as well. The best way to do that would be for you guys to suggest topics, because I'm not always aware of everything that goes on. I'll try and keep up as much as I can, but I may miss topics. So if you do suggest topics, I'll look them up and form an opinion and do a video. Okay. How did the guy on the snowplow get to work in the morning? I don't know. That's a good point. I have no idea. I hear Tekken 7 is getting a pre-arcade launch in Japan. If this comes to Britain, can we expect to see SNES down his local arcade? We wouldn't get it in our arcade, mate, to be honest with you. They've only got a couple of machines in there. It's mostly fruit machines and them things that push coins. They got a few. Last time we were down there, they did like the big Terminator light gun game and a couple. But you know what? If they did bring Tekken 7 down to the arcade, yeah, why not? I'd do an on-location video. That'd be sweet. By the way, I am shit at Tekken. I just thought I'd let you know that. Would you like to see video games in the Olympics? Forget the debate whether they deserve to be there or not, but it would be pretty cool to watch, I guess. Yeah, of course. At the end of the day, competitive gaming is quite big. You know, whatever the debate may be, there's no reason why we couldn't have a game in the Olympics. What game are you considering to purchase next for the PS4? I think the next one will probably be Battlefield Hardline, which comes out in March, because I'm actually liking the look of that. It looks pretty decent. And I've given up on Call of Duty after Advanced Warfare because it was crap. It finally got to the point where I was like, this is it. Call of Duty's dead in my eyes. It's just literally copy-paste. I can't be bothered anymore. Medal of Honor apparently hasn't been completely cancelled. I've read articles where they've said that they're just on the back burner till they find the right story and the right team. Thank God, because Medal of Honor is my favourite of the three franchises. So for the time being, Battlefield will fill that gap. So yeah, that'll probably be the next one I buy. And have you heard of the Hateful Eight, Quentin Tarantino's movie? Yeah, that's the Western he's doing in it. Are you a fan of his? I do like his movies. I'm not like a hardcore fan, but I do like his films. Not all of them, just a couple. But the Hateful Eight sounds interesting. I know he's probably had to tweak the script or rewrite it because it got leaked online. And there's a whole thing where he wasn't going to make the film, and now he is going to make the film, which makes sense. So yeah, waiting to see. I mean, Tarantino makes great films. You know, I might not like some of his films, but I can appreciate the quality of his films. So thank you very much for those questions, mate. And the next question from my good mate Craig. Craig's here again. First time question asker as well, so good on you, Craig. So, right, okay, Bayonetta 2, just watched Richard Turner's video where he called it his favourite Wii U game ever. I loved the first one and thought that was great. Not played number 2 yet, but I know I'm going to rate it highly. So what went wrong for you? Every time I see the game now, I just keep wondering why you never enjoyed it, and it's puzzling me. To be honest, mate, it was too erratic. There was a problem I had. It was just too fast, too much going on. I couldn't see where I was going. I couldn't see where the character was. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, my reactions aren't there, but I just couldn't see what was going on. And I found it boring. I've tried to play these hack and slash games. I've played God of War, I've played Bayonetta, and I just find them extremely repetitive and boring. The only one I've ever really enjoyed was Heavenly Sword, and I don't know what the difference between Heavenly Sword, God of War, and Bayonetta is. But Heavenly Sword was the only one that I actually got interested in. But it's just the constant rinse and repeat of just button bashing, and I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. Beautiful looking game though, Bayonetta looks great. The story was terrible, and the cinematics were bloody awful. But not visually, just the actual dialogue was just, I don't know, it was like a proper like 90s arcade game. It was terrible. But yeah, I just can't deal with it. There's too much going on. I can't see where I am, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I've just got frustrated with it. Next question from the other Craig, Minx36. Thank you, Craig. Are you still thinking of making it to Blackpool? I would hope so, but I don't know, to be quite honest with you. At the moment, it's February next week, so I would probably say it's not looking likely financially, unfortunately. Don't worry, I will eventually get to an event, whether it be Blackpool or one of the others. I will make it to one. Just unfortunately this year, I just don't think it's going to be possible, which just kind of sucks. I want to meet you lot and hang out and have some beers. So I've got a couple more questions from Mr. Hewitt. First question, who sells the best milk, Aldi or Lidl? Well, I haven't drank Lidl's milk, so I'll go with Aldi because Aldi's milk is really nice. Ever watched this something and immediately purchased a video game because of it? Yes, I have actually. I watched Nemesis, was it 365? Oh shit, I can't remember what Mark's numbers were on his. Anyway, Nemesis on YouTube. He did a gameplay, I think I've said this before, of Born Conspiracy, and I went out that day and bought it because it was brilliant. And I played the demo previously and it stopped me buying the game because the demo was terrible. I watched his playthrough and I was like, I'm buying that game. So I went and bought it straight away. I don't like cricket. Oh no, I love it. Tread like holiday. What do you think of that? Yeah, classic tune. Okay, next set of questions from LFC Gamer. So thank you very much. And his first question is, have you managed to beat Captain Toad Treasure Tracker? Not even close, mate. I've finished the first book and that's it. I need to go back and play some more. I was talking to Cybersnake about it earlier and he's absolutely slaughtered in the game. He's done loads of it. I've got a lot catching up to do. Other than Spanish, what other languages would you like to learn? Italian, Spanish and Japanese. Japanese is hard though. But I really like the way Japanese sounds. It can sound quite aggressive, but when you listen to it, especially if you've got headphones on and you listen to people speaking Japanese, it's got a real nice rhythm to it. So yeah, that'd be really cool. If you can make your own GTA game, what town or city would you choose and what would your character's personality be like? This is a hard one. Trying to find a GTA town and city. Because you need something that's completely different. When we've had London, we've had like California, have we had New York? Yeah, we had GTA 4 was New York, wasn't it? I think it was, yeah. I don't know. You could have Seattle, but then that's like infamous, isn't it? So. And you can't have Japan because you've got Yakuza. Maybe GTA in Paris because you can't have London either because of the getaway. I'd probably go for Paris, make it a little more interesting. The personality of the character. It's difficult because the obvious one is to go for a low life and a thug, or with Nico where it's a bit more complex. He sort of wants to get out of the life and just, you know, just be at peace. But I don't know. I mean, you don't need to be too complex with it, do you really? I mean, you could always like do like a spy thriller kind of thing and have like an ex-spy who keeps getting dragged back in. He doesn't want to get involved and he has to be violent because he's in a situation where he has no choice, but he really doesn't want to do it. I don't know, I'm not very good at the characterisation, but that's a bit hard. But I'll probably go for Paris though for the location anyway. Have you ever played any of the Earthworm Jim games? Yeah, I played Earthworm Jim 1 and that's it, and that was on the Super Nintendo. Really liked it, good game, really nice looking graphics as well. Bit tough, but yeah, great game. Do you like chicken Kiev? I love chicken Kiev. I had one last night for dinner, as it happens. One of those peppercorn ones, bloody lovely. What is your favourite Disney game on the Mega Drive and SNES? Probably say Aladdin on the Mega Drive. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah, what else is there? Yeah, I would go with Aladdin on the Mega Drive is the best one. Even the Super Nintendo game's really good, actually, to be quite honest with you, but the Mega Drive one's a better title. Did you show any interest in the original Sonic the Hedgehog in the Mega Drive when it came out? A little tiny bit, because my cousin's best mate had one, and I played it around his house, thought it was decent. I remember seeing in the local market, they had Batman on display, and I watched that, and that looked really cool. And then I played like Castle of Illusion at my cousin's mates, and what else did he have? There was a couple of games I played, I can't remember. I know I played Castle of Illusion, I really enjoyed that. But then the Super Nintendo came out in '92, and it was just like, yeah, I didn't care then. Because I was still playing Amiga all the way up until the Super Nintendo. I was never that bothered about the Mega Drive to go and buy it. And then the Super Nintendo came out, and my cousin's mate got that instead. He swapped out from the Mega Drive to SNES. Played Mario World, and I was just like, that's it, game over. I'm on the consoles now. So, okay. Do you get bored when you don't make videos? Not really, no. I've always got loads of things to occupy my mind. I'm always watching Blu-rays and DVDs and TV and films and Christ knows what else. Listening to music, playing games and that. So I've always got things to do. But I do enjoy making videos, so. How do you feel about this new generation of gaming in general? If so, what are the positives and the negatives? So far it's alright. As I said before, the problem for me personally is there's a lot of games out, but there aren't enough games for me to actually want to buy them, because a lot of the games don't appeal to me. There's a lot of remasters and just games in general that just don't interest me. So it's a bit quiet at the moment. It will get better this year. I think there's a lot more decent games coming out that I want to play. But overall, there aren't really any negatives that I can think of at the moment, other than the lack of games that I actually want to play myself. But that's not a negative, because the companies are putting out a lot of games and a lot of variety across genres. It just doesn't have anything that appeals to me personally. But yeah, I mean, obviously I don't play online and that, so I don't know how that affects it, what that's been like. But the actual consoles themselves, they're absolutely fine. I've tried both PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I like both of them. Both got good UIs. The only negative on the Xbox was, I don't know if they've fixed it now, because I haven't had an Xbox for a few months. But the installs with the games was a pain in the arse. That was really irritating. I don't understand why they did that. That was really the only negative I can think of both consoles. Oh, and the one major negative, I suppose, is the PlayStation 4's DualShock 4, because those triggers are fantastic until you watch a Blu-ray or DVD and you put the control down, and the trigger always catches on your sofa and rewinds or fast forwards your video. Very bloody irritating, so you have to turn it off before you put it down, because otherwise it just annoys you. That's really dumb and obviously wasn't tested. Have you heard of the abomination of a song called #selfie? No, I haven't. What? I kid you not, this song just sums up how dumbed down today's society has become, and I have a gut feeling it's going to get worse. It is going to get worse, mate. It ain't going to get any better. It's like reality TV. You think you've seen it all, and then Channel 4 come back with something new, or Channel 5 do, and you think, okay, I haven't seen it all. I can't even believe they've made a song called that. Well, yeah, I don't suppose it surprised me that much. Did you play the Chaos Engine on your Amiga? Yes, absolutely. Brilliant game. Love it. A couple of years back when I had an Amiga, there's a video on my channel somewhere where I picked it up, the big box version. Yeah, brilliant game. Do you like the NES or NES Castlevania game? Yeah, I played all three of them. I really like Castlevania. I thought it was brilliant. Love Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. Awesome game. Number 2, Simon's Quest. I just can't get on with that. It's too weird, and it's not a Castlevania game to me. There's too much back and forth, and it's very much the Metroidvania style. And no, not my type of game at all. He-Man, Turtles, Transformers, or Mask. I can't pick between them, mate. All 4 of those are 4 of my favourite cartoons from back in the day. If I was to put them in order, I would probably, going backwards, I would say number 4. Jesus. Yeah, I'd probably go He-Man, Transformers, Mask, Turtles. Yeah, I think Turtles got to be number 1. What games didn't appeal to you at first, but as you got older, you adore them? Oh, good question. Probably F-Zero's one, actually, because I'll be honest with you, back in the day I wasn't that impressed with the game. I thought it was okay, but it never really impressed me. But now, playing it as an adult, I actually really like the game, and I love the soundtrack. The soundtrack is fantastic. I think probably back then I just as a kid I would have looked at it and gone, it's a bit boring, it's just a racing game, just go around a track. There wasn't as much depth as there was to something like Street Fighter or Castlevania or Mario World, or even Mario Kart for that matter. But yeah, no, I really like the game, I like it's brilliant. Okay, even though it's an old video, have you ever seen the best cry ever? No. Things like that I never watch, mate, to be honest. Those kind of like, those viral videos, they don't really appeal to me. What would you rather buy, a Philips CDI, a year supply of stinking Bishop cheese, or a Justin Bieber CD? I'll buy a CDI and take my risks. Alright, cheers for the questions. And the last question today, guys, is from Underwater Level, who asks, how's the Super Famicom collection coming on? And do you have any more pickups planned? At the moment it has stalled due to the price and I don't have any money. That's a big factor, obviously. It will increase, hopefully, you know, next few months or so. I do want to get more games this year. I don't have any pickups planned at the moment because I just can't afford to buy the games, it's that simple. I can't justify, say, 30, 40, 50 quid for a Super Famicom game. It's just not possible. I can buy like the odd PlayStation game and that because they're not expensive, they're a couple of quid. Totally, I can deal with that. But yeah, once my finances are okay again, I will be getting back on the Super Famicom, and all of those will increase, and I will get. You can't even see them, can you, in the frame I bet? But yeah, the games that are behind me, they will get more. There are a lot of games I need to buy, and I need to get to that situation because there's a lot of games I want that are going up in price and are getting really bloody expensive. Little annoying actually, but yeah. But they will come, so we'll see more Super Famicom in the future. So there you go, guys, that is this week's Ask Snes all done and dusted. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I will see you again next week.